everyone, my name's Gilly and I'm going to take you through some yoga today. If you've got a mat, grab your mat, borrow it, steal it off your mum or your dad. If you don't, the floor is absolutely fine. Right, we've got challenges today for this yoga. I'm going to teach you a little bit of animal yoga. So we're going to go through loads of poses and they have animal names. If you've got a pen or a bit of paper, as you go through, if you want to write those down, and then you're going to get challenged at the end, see if you can tell your mum and dad as many different animal poses as that you did today. Right, find a bit of a space. You can do it with your cat, your dog, whatever you like. So let's go. Here we are. So I'm going to be on my mat, but we're going to start on the floor today. We're going to come into your first posture, which is going to be a tabletop. Sounds pretty straightforward, doesn't it? Like tables that you're right on in school, we're going to come into that. So that means that you're going to have a nice straight flat back. So if you don't know what a tabletop looks like, you can look at the screen now and then just follow me. So you've got to think about your shoulders being under your wrists and your knees are going to be underneath your hips. Awesome. From there, remember those animal names? We've got 2 to remember. So from the start, we're going to come into our first animal pose, which is going to be your cow. So your cow pose, your belly is going to drop down to the ground. You're going to roll those shoulders away from your ears, and then you're going to take your head and just gaze up to the sky ever so slightly. That's it. Hold it there for a second. Just feel that little arch in your spine. And then we're going to come through cat. So angry cat. Think about when cats are angry. They push their upper back all the way to the top. Feel those shoulder blades start to pull away from each other, and then gaze down towards your floor. Nice. Think about that rounding there. So we're going to come back into your cow, drop that belly, gaze up towards your room, your sky, wherever it is you are today. Nice. And then exhale, coming back through your cat. Make it even angrier. You've got this. Push through those palms. One more time. Inhaling, coming into your cow. This is your cow belly. Drop it down a little bit more. Yeah, good guys. And then push last time through cat. Push, 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 push. Upper back as high as it's going to go. Nice. And then back into tabletop position. So again, think about that table. You've got a nice, long, straight spine. It's like your mum and dad can put a cup of tea on there. That's it. So you're going to stay nice and still. Okay, next animal pose then. Remember this one. You've got your puppy dog. So keep your bum, big bum of yours here, nice and high. We're going to walk both hands forward. So think about both your hands are really, really far forward. You're going to feel a big stretch here. Keep that bum high. Push down to the ground. And then start to just drop your head, your chin, down towards the mat or down towards your room. That's it. So you're going to feel that bum's going to be lifted. If you don't know what to do, just look in there. Look at me now. And then you're going to start to push yourself down. This is puppy dog pose. So this is what puppies do when they stretch out in the morning. Nice. This is exactly what you're doing. Keep sinking a little bit deeper. Awesome. One more breath. And then start to push back into your tabletop position from there. So you've already done 3 animals. See if you can remember them. Maybe shout them out to your mum and your dad. And then we've got one next exercise to go. So from here, we're going to come into what's called a downward facing dog. So tuck those toes. And then what you're going to do is you're going to come into like an upside down V. So your big V shape. So you're going to then start to bring those hips, your bum up to the sky, and then you're going to push through those palms. Your legs are going to be quite straight here, so again, just have a bit of a look at what position I'm in now. And then you're going to stay nice and long and straight. That's it. So this is called your downward facing dog. You're going to hold this for a few breaths. Nice. From here, you're then going to drop those knees down. And then you're going to come into what's called a child's pose. So your toes are going to come together. Your knees are going to spread nice and wide. So you can think about this chest and then you can just drop it forward. So again, think about lengthening those arms and then just pop those palms down on the ground. And then again, just sink that forehead and that chest down to the ground. So this is your child's pose. This is how children tend to sleep. Not very comfortable sometimes. For you, it might be really comfortable. You might have a bit of a nap down there. One more little breath. And then slowly start to walk those hands back to your knees. And then let's push back into tabletop. So, again, think about your mum and dad balancing their coffee, their tea on your back. And you've got to keep it as long and as straight as possible. Nice. Okay, back to downward facing dog. Remember, tuck those toes, you're coming into an upside down V shape. So push and then just drop that head down to the ground. Awesome work. This time we're coming into a plank, so we're going to make it a bit stronger. So roll forwards and then you're going to start to feel again, you're going to have a nice long straight spine. This might be quite hard for you. That's it. You're going to breathe here. Awesome. One more breath. Drop those knees down to the ground. Untuck your toes. And then you're going to lower yourself all the way down to the ground. So nice and slowly, just start to lower down to the ground. Right. Next little pose for you, little animal. This is called Cobra. Okay, so what do cobras do? They tend to, when they're a bit angry, they tend to kind of lift their chest and lift their head. So this is what you're going to do. These little feet of yours, push them into the ground. And then think about these hands. And then they're just going to lower themselves down. So your shoulders are in line with each other. Take a breath. And then you're going to puff up your chest like a cobra. And then maybe gaze to the top slightly. Your lower back should be working here. Take one more breath. And then exhale, we're coming back down to the ground. We've got one more. Try and make this cobra even bigger. It's an angry cobra. Nice, big breath in, lift that chest. And then slowly come all the way down. Awesome work. Push back up onto those knees. And then come back into tabletop. And then we're coming back through downward facing dog all over again. So think about that upside down V shape. And then push those hips up to the sky. That bum comes up to the sky. And then this time, we're going to take a bit of a balance pose. So we're going to take, what's a three-legged dog? Three-legged dog, that sounds a bit weird. But we're going to take that right foot this time. It's a bit of a balance, a bit of a challenge. And then just take it off the ground and raise it to the sky. Nice. Point those feet that little bit more. Then from there, take that foot that's been up in the sky and then step it forwards. That's it. Awesome work. Now, next challenge, lizard pose. So from there, that back knee is going to drop down. You're going to untuck those toes. And then from here, you're going to walk that right foot a little bit further out so you've got enough space so you can sink forwards. Okay, I don't know why this is called lizard pose, but it is. And I know you guys are really flexible. So you're going to take those hands and then you're going to place them on the inside of that right foot. You might even want to sink even further down, show people how flexible you are. And this is your lizard pose. So if you watch me from the front, I've got my foot on the outside, my back leg is straight, and then I've dropped myself down to the ground. So I don't know why, I look a little bit like a lizard. Maybe I should do this, make it a little bit more. Maybe just rocking from side to side, dropping those hips down, and just breathe. So you've got a few more breaths here, just to really open up that body. Nice. Okay, push back up to those palms, and then you're going to walk that foot back into the centre of your mat. Nice. From there, plant those palms. Tuck those back toes and then take that back knee off. From there, you're going to step back into your plank position. So remember that plank position where you're nice and long. Awesome work. And then push back through downward facing dog. So you're going to stand nice and tall again. And then we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. So remember, you've got lizard on the left side now. So three-legged dog. Raise that left foot to the sky. Bring that knee forwards and then step that left foot down to the ground. Drop that back knee and then just make sure that you're pushing your hips forward. Lizard round two. Left hand goes inside of the left foot. Start to walk that left foot out to the side. Nice. From there, lift that chest and then just start to sink down into that lizard pose. Nice. Rocking forwards and backwards, just opening up those hips. It's a nice little stretch in. Awesome work. Breathing, last bit of lizard. Then start to push back onto those palms and then start to walk those hands back into the centre. And then this time again, tuck those toes and we're coming back into plank. So think about that straight spine again. Yeah, use that. You've got big core muscles there. Think about your six pack. You're better than everyone in the room. One more breath. Good work. Okay, drop down to those knees. Come onto the tops of your shins. So you're just sitting onto the mat here. We have got the next animal in your yoga sequence. It's called Camel Pose. So what do camels look like? I don't know, but they're going to look like this pose today. So coming up onto those knees, separate your feet about hip distance apart. So think about your shoulders, your hips are right in line with them. You guys have got really bendy backs, I know you have. So camel pose, take those hands and then take them around your back, and then it's like you're pushing your hands into your back pockets. So there you go, push them and then really hold, so you're getting something, you're holding the back pockets, you've got keys in there, you don't want to let them out. From there, we're going to start to push those hips forward and then you're going to drop your head back. This is called camel pose. For those of you that want the extra challenge, you could take those hands and then start to grab the back of your heels. From there, lift your chest, maybe take your head all the way back down. This is your camel pose there. Nice, you're really stretching your back. It's just what you need after you've been working really hard today. Keep breathing. Nice. From there, you're going to then start to bring yourself back up. Take a big breath. And then from there, plant those palms down. And then you're going to step back into your plank position. Awesome. Okay, we've got frog pose coming up. Remember all those names, those challenges? You're going to start to walk those feet forwards to meet those hands. From there, we're going to create a little bit of a gap. So you've got frog pose here. So your feet are going to be pointing out to the side. You're going to push your elbows into your knees and then you're going to push those palms together. So this is like your frog pose. Remember frogs, they kind of hop a bit like that. You might want to hop forwards and backwards. Yeah, nice, a little bit more. And then we're going to find some stillness in your frog pose. So here, we're opening up those hips. And the more you push those palms together, nice, you've got this. Your nice little frog pose, you might be still bouncing around. That's absolutely cool. One more breath. Nice. Right, we're going to come to standing. So plant those hands and then start to roll yourself all the way up into your standing position. Now this is actually called mountain pose. It's not an animal, but it's pretty cool. It's like you're tall like a mountain. So someone's pulling you up. Awesome. Now you're here. Next animal or bird, shall we say, is your eagle pose. So left foot, give me a wave. Plant it on the ground. Take that right foot, take it off the mat. Now you're going to be balancing here, so bring your knee into your chest. Maybe give it a bit of a squeeze. Nice, if you're wobbling around, that's okay. We're going to take then that right leg and then cross it over the left. So you're hooking that leg. You might want to be able, if you're really super flexible, you might be able to get those toes and then hook them around. It's like a double hook. Nice. Okay, eagle arms. Arms out, give me a big straight T shape, then start to bring that right arm underneath the left. And then again, we're taking eagle arms, take a wrap. So palms then come together, it's like a seal. Nice, big breath in, and then let's start to just sink down, so we're coming into our final eagle posture. Nice, you might be wobbling around all over the place, that's okay, big breath. And then slowly release arms and legs. Wobble yourself out. Have a bit of a dance. have a bit of a hip sway. And then we're going to take the same thing on the other side. So it's eagle, remember, little bird, round, 2. Right foot and left foot. So we're going to take the left foot this time, give it away, and then plant it on the ground. Left knee, bring it into the chest, maybe grabbing around those shins, and then just give them a big squeeze. Nice, you've got this. Okay, let's make this eagle our better side, shall we? So left foot, cross it over the front, and then start to take that foot all the way around. Maybe taking that little toes and giving them a wiggle. When you've got that balance, you might be waving around like a tree, that's okay. Next one then, arms at T-shape. Give me a wave with that left arm, just so we know we've got the left and the right. Perfect. Take that left arm under the right. Bring those palms together. Big breath. And you know what you need to do. Let's lower ourselves down to the ground. If you fall, that's okay. Pretend it didn't happen. Get back up. You've got this. One more breath. Nice. Slowly rising back up. Uncross those legs. Uncross those arms. And then give yourself a little bit of a stretch from side to side. Maybe just wiggling around. Maybe come back through frog pose for a bit. Give me some hops back and forwards. Nice. From here then, let's bring ourselves anyway down to the mat. So bend those knees. And then we're going to come into your seated posture. So we've got one final animal pose to go. This is going to be called your butterfly pose. So like a butterfly, you've got wings, so your knees are going to be those wings. So soles of your feet, which is this flat bit here, they're going to come together. And then from there, you're going to sit nice and tall. Take your hands and then just start to bring them down so that you're pulling your feet towards you. And then you're going to flap your knees like a butterfly. So flap, 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 flap. That's it. So this is trying to open up this nice bit of hip area here. From there, let's see if we can take that challenge. So for some of you, you're going to be super, super flexible and you're just going to be able to sink all the way down. Good for you. For those of you that can't, we're just going to try and lower as low as we can go. So your head might be able to come all the way down. It might not. So you might just want to try and lower yourself as low as you can go. And then head comes towards those little toes of yours. And then just take a breath here. Really open up those wings, those butterfly wings. Taking a few more breaths there. Nice. Bring yourself back into center. And then start to take those hands back in and then bring those knees together. Awesome work. From there then, we're going to straighten out those legs and then we're going to do a final little bit of core work, and this is going to be called your boat pose. Okay, so this is where we're going to use these abdominals of yours, super strong abdominals, and then we're going to come into our final posture today. So lift that chest nice and tall. Hands are going to come towards the front of your room. So these palms are going to face together. From there, start to lean back slightly. Keep that chest lifted. Try not to do this, but feel those abs. Maybe you're shaking already. Maybe take those legs up. So you're in this boat position. So it's like you're creating a little hollow. Nice. Shall we row our boat? Yeah, shall we? Let's get some rowing going. Here we go. From side to side, row that boat. We've got one more on each side. 1 and 2. And then start to bring those arms down. Give yourself a big squeeze. Yeah, awesome work. And then breathe nice and gently. From there then, this time, this is the best part. You get a bit of sleep here as you roll yourself all the way down to the ground. Big, nice breaths. Straighten out those legs. Point those toes. And you're going to take a final big body stretch. So bring those palms together. Interlace those fingers. And then take those arms over your head. Point those toes. And then give yourself a big stretch out with that body. Big breath. Nice. And then slowly start to just let everything go. Then you can have a bit of a sleep there if you want to. Breathing nice and deeply If you've absolutely had enough, you might want to repeat that over and over again, remembering all those animal postures that you've got. But think about that challenge of yours. So, if you remember, we're going to think, what were those animal poses? What were they? Yeah, we remember. Let's go through them. So we had cat, we had cow, we had your puppy dog pose, we had your lizard pose, we had your, shout some of them out, we had your butterfly pose, we had your camel pose. What else did we have? We had frog pose. Keep shouting them out. Awesome work, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hopefully you had a really fun time and you can repeat that over and over again, and show your parents, show your mum and your dad what you can do with those different animal poses, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.